LATD Nation, as always, we are finally back with another edition of Saturday Morning Wrap-Ups. Yes, sir. Finally back to it. I feel like we say this every single time. Oh, we're gonna get back consistent. We're gonna drop this much. We're gonna do this, that, and the third, and then we disappear for about a month. But hey, here we go.
You gotta take it one step at a time.
Nah, for real, for real.
Piece by piece.
There you go.
Every little step.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we've been consistent with the shorts, though.
Yeah, that is
YouTube
true.
shorts.
That is true. But yeah, no, we gathered here today. I don't think we need any introduction or anything like that at this point.
No, not really.
I don't think so.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So today's question I pose: niggas still have rap fatigue for real? Rap fatigue. You know, I'm sure that's a term that y'all have probably heard at this point. You know, the idea that because hip hop wasn't on the charts for the first time in like 35 years or something like that, there was this narrative going on TikTok. Oh, well, you know, it's because the rappers, they just promote violence and they don't really say much of anything, and they just, you know, it's just all just, you know, deviant music. And it's like, nigga, are we in the 40s?
In Guns N' Roses' famous song called Welcome to the Jungle.
Aren't they named Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
Smart brother right here.
Yeah, man.
Smart brother.
Right in the title.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, but I feel like that's been a very heated debate, conversation across social media for the last couple of months. You know, rap fatigue. Rap is, you know, the same old tired genre. People are tired of seeing it dominate the charts. That's why it's not there. But in 2026, I pose this question. Is that still the case? Is this so-called rap fatigue really still a thing? Because to set up, to really just get into this conversation, just some of the stats of 2026 rap, to start, A$AP Rocky, Don Toliver, J. Cole, all have #1 albums this year. All have debuted #1, all have sold over 100K. How do y'all feel about that?
I don't think there was ever really been rap fatigue, but
okay,
I think it's just dumb rhetoric.
Yeah,
honestly.
People just yapping on social media.
Yeah,
something to talk
that's
about.
pretty much all it is. Like the Super Bowl halftime show.
For sure.
I knew people was just gonna hate on it just for hating on its sake, and that's what the same case was here.
That's just the era we're in now.
Yeah, definitely. People just hate just to hate.
Yeah.
People don't actually want to actually have anything really other than like a few people like us. Mm-hmm. They don't actually. People don't really have anything to say.
Yeah.
They just be on there hating, just bullshitting, just the bullshit. Like, and they don't got no type of. They don't got no type of message or no rationality to their thought process on why there's rap fatigue. There ain't no rap fatigue.
Fatigue was never a thing. I feel like that was just a thing that never really
There
existed.
wasn't any music. There
wasn't any music.
The shit that was out was ass, which is why it wasn't on the charts, because it was ass.
I feel like
yeah,
when we talk about rap fatigue or the idea of rap fatigue, I think it's more to do with the idea of mainstream rap as far as like what was coming out. Like you said, you know, you had, you know, trap artists that were once obviously the most dominant in terms of music. As far as like rap in the mainstream, they've kind of fallen off recently. The projects have considered to be worse in quality. Lil Baby's Wham last year, even though that sold high when it first came out, kind of came and went. 21 Savage's What Happened to the Streets kind of came and went, and which is interesting because
that album was actually pretty good.
That's the first 21 project that I've ever known to drop that had no like lasting song after the fact. And I was thinking this the other day, every other 21's like album has had at least one big hit that's kind of stayed into like months after the album first came out. Because when you think about a Bank Account,
yeah,
you know,
a lot.
Yep, a lot. You think about I Am Greater Than I Was, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You think about
I see what you did there.
Yeah. You got Bank Account, a lot. Even on Savage Mode 2, you had Mr. Right Now. That stayed around for a minute.
Red Rum.
Yeah, I was about to say American Dream, Red Rum. And then he had a bunch of features too, like even Creepin', that went crazy.
Yeah.
That song went crazy. And then Her Loss, obviously, not just Rich Flex, but also Hours in Silence.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the first time 21 dropped a project that failed to have any real impact for real, which is very uncharacteristic. And people kind of use that as a point to say rap is just kind of falling off, or rap is just this is formulaic, is this. They said the same thing when Thug's album came out too. U.Y. Scooty. That kind of came and went too.
Yeah, it definitely
And
did.
to be honest with you, I ain't listened to it. Thug is one of my favorite rappers, but I really did not listen. That's why you didn't see a review, because we didn't really have anything to say about it for real.
Yeah, to be honest, that's why you didn't see a review on a lot of these other albums that came out.
That is true,
because there wasn't really much else to talk about. Now, like even with 21's album, like I said, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was bad. But I noticed that it didn't have any like lasting tracks that last for months, like Bank Account, so on and so forth.
I agree.
But
it did. He didn't really have an era with this project, in my opinion.
Yeah, but why? But so with that being said, when you said there's rap fatigue, what was charting at the time? For people to say that there's that there's rap fatigue,
or what wasn't charting?
What wasn't charting?
I mean, you had albums like Baby's album Wham.
Oh well, you just said, oh my bad.
And then you had his project that came out after that. It was The Leaks, which is good to me as a Lil Baby fan. But it's kind of this idea that rap is no longer dominating the chart like it was in 2018, 19, 20. Like how it seemed like there was a new #1 rap song every other day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
And the quality in the mainstream people do consider to have suffered. Which there is truth to that. I'll be fair on that. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when people have these rap fatigue conversations, they're only looking at like the surface level. They're not looking at the whole of what rap has to offer. And that's just how I feel. Like they just stereotype all rap is all of the same thing. It's the same topics. It's the same subject matter. Which, I mean, every genre has its cliches, but I feel like rap is the only genre where it's like
most policed.
Yeah.
They exactly most police
because I was watching Antonio Talks one time and he said rap is held to a different standard.
Shout out
for sure. Yeah, another South Carolina native actually.
Word, shout out. Hey, what's up, Antonio's Talks? Antonio Speaks. What's up, bro?
For sure. Turn us up. But yeah, no, it was like he said something to the tune of. Well, actually, he showed like a TikTok video. He said where rap is the only genre where people are like, "Why are you listening to that? You can't relate to it. Why do I have to relate to it?"
Right, yeah.
Rap is the only genre where it's like they say, oh, well, why are you listening to that if it has no real relation to you as a human being? It's entertainment at the end of the day.
Right, exactly.
People, like, I couldn't relate to Michael Jackson.
Well, what? God, well, I was just about to say that shit. I was just thinking about that shit. You know how big Michael Jackson's catalog is?
Facts, exactly.
Full of songs. Niggas can't relate to shit about them songs.
And I'm trying to
some of that shit, Michael Jackson can't even probably relate to some of that shit.
Facts.
Like one of my clients who I drive around and take to his doctor's appointments, he listens to Johnny Cash. I'm listening to it. I'm hearing it. I can't relate to what this nigga's saying either. And he's a country music legend. Shout out to you, Mr. Rabbit. That's what they call him. But yeah, like country music is the same way. Same thing with rock music. You think I can relate to Welcome to the Jungle? We Got Fun and Games.
I can't relate to biting bats off bites. I can relate to biting the heads off of bats. Right. I can't relate to that.
Yeah,
that big head barely get out.
Nah, but it's like, but y'all already know why that is with us though.
Yeah,
they constantly police us because, well, yeah. But
look at Gene. What's that white man name?
Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Shout out Double Toasted. They made a video about that last week.
He's a legend for sure, but I feel like he just needs to
sit down.
Sit your ass down.
Spend the rest of your time with your kids or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Whatever you got going.
Why am I still talking to this nigga?
Right, and knowing how much bullshit that he says, he probably don't even got a good relationship with his kids.
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, who knows? I don't
really know.
A fuck. But my thing is, Gene Simmons is definitely one of them people. He's one of the ones who said he doesn't know why rappers are in the hip hop Hall of Fame, not hip hop, on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and stuff like that. But the thing is, he's one of those people that's like doesn't mean to be racist, but he uses racist rhetoric to prove his points.
He comes across like he's uninformed, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I know plenty of people like that. And the thing is, Gene Simmons really don't be knowing what he talk about. A lot of these old people don't about like the current generation of things, because
out of touch.
Yeah, they be out of touch with reality, bro. Like a lot of these old, like even older rappers don't really be knowing what they talking about either.
I agree with that. Yeah.
What Jim Jones say?
Anything.
It's just Jim Jones.
Well, specifically.
Jim Jones is that's that uncle at that cookout that's still trying to act like he's still hip. Cause tell me why
Will Smith? Uncle
Tell
Drew?
me why he's in a club with Playboy Cardi in a section.
That nigga like 50 years old.
Yeah, exactly. What is you doing?
Or when the money fell out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Come on, man.
But yeah, no, you ain't lying. A lot of the older rappers, they be sounding out of touch too. They be sounding mad out of touch.
No, some of them. No, I will say this. Some of them do have valid points about the current state of hip hop in some cases, but they talk about more like the extreme cases, like Lil Pump and Smoke Perp, like
Or Sexy Red or something like that.
Sexy Red or something like that. People who real hip hop fans don't really take serious like that.
Yeah,
their music is more of a vibe than it is something that you actually connect with and listen to. Well, then again, you don't really connect with a lot of hip hop, but y'all get what I'm saying.
But I feel like it just goes to show, because like with these albums, like the guys I just mentioned, Don Toliver, J. Cole, A$AP Rocky, these are guys that are more taken seriously. These are guys that kind of have more of a foothold in the genre. These are guys that are kind of like known to make music that it's like they take their time and they really like are artists for real.
Yeah.
I think that the guys that were kind of up for a certain amount of time, they're capable of making great music, but you can tell it's more of a hustle, like a money thing for them.
It's an obligation.
Yeah, I don't think Young Thug fits that. In my opinion, I think Thug is an artist for real. No, for sure.
I didn't say it.
No, Thug definitely has artistry to him.
Yeah, he do.
2021.
He do.
I didn't say
2021 is here nor there sometimes. I think 21, there's a narrative around 21 now that he kind of is just mailing in the same features, doing the same thing over and over. He hasn't evolved. Even though he's a great artist, but there is, as a case
Two things
to be
can be
made,
true.
as the case to be made, because it's kind of like people feel like that trap. Because you remember when there was a point when like these particular like trap artists, like this trap scene was just kind of dominating, almost like it was like a fraternity of artists, basically.
Like
Baby, Nav, Gunna, Savage, Thug, Travis, like all of these guys kind of all grouped together, and they were always on each other's albums. I feel like people are kind of moving away from that era, and that's kind of like why people think that there's this rap fatigue conversation, because that style of music is kind of getting tired.
So would y'all say that there is coming back into a more conscious era? Because I'd somewhat say that.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you got Let God Sort Them Out. You got GNX.
I don't know if I'd say conscious, more so as like an intentional.
Yeah,
Like niggas ain't going to the studio and bullshitting no more.
Okay.
Like they actually sit down and putting shit together.
There's effort.
Sequencing, that's what I would say. I wouldn't say conscious.
We're getting back to more of I think we're moving away from the vibes, quote unquote, era, where everything was just kind of always just a vibe. It's this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. People are starting to move more intentional with the music again. I do agree with that, because if you look at the artists that have like really like shot to the top, for example, Keem's album, I wouldn't be surprised if Keem's album just came out today. I wouldn't be surprised if that debuted #1, because that's an album it moves. There's intention behind it. The most rewarded stuff is starting to be the intentional stuff again. I think we're past the vibes, kind of just turn up lit type of thing. I think we're just kind of past that.
Yeah,
folks ain't just throwing stuff at a wall and it's sticking like it used to.
Right, because I don't know what quote it was that I heard, but it's like when anything that's worth having doesn't come easy, I guess.
Anything that's worth having isn't hard to achieve, or something like that.
Something like that. But my point is,
okay, y'all losing me. Go ahead.
So no, I feel like this is kind of the case with that in a way, because like the more patient you are with the things that people, how can I put this? These are the things that are actually good and right, and even though
you're trying to say like good things take time type shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm always sorry. I feel like I fucked up your shoulder. But nah, like, yeah, good things take time. And I feel like this is kind of the era where it's coming back. Because all the bullshit that we hear, like Blueface, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp.
The gimmick rap is starting to die.
Yeah. Like, the only...
Like when Kendrick said, my bad. When Kendrick said, let the party die. I think that's kind of what we're seeing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because the other gimmick type rappers I don't know if you would consider X and Juice World gimmick rappers,
No. Those
okay,
were
cool.
artists for real.
You know how Rodney feel about Juice WRLD.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they were more the exception, like Lil Peep too. Rest in peace to all three of them.
I agree.
I feel like those were more the exceptions because they fit that. They still fit that mold of the face tats and all the colored hair and all the bullshit. But there was actually they moved with intent. There was actual substance to their art, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like I heard this from someone, but I heard them essentially said that Kendrick with the beef kind of reset the standard for like what the mainstream is really like craving artistry wise, with him becoming the biggest rapper, arguably the most respected.
Yeah.
Which also leads into my next point. Kendrick swept the Grammys this year, of course. You know, we wasn't surprised by that.
Yeah.
He cleaned up like he always does. I mean, what do we expect at this point?
Yeah.
But I think that's another example of how like the artistry aspect is starting to be the thing that's most rewarded again. Because Playboi Carti dropped the biggest rap album of last year.
Bullshit.
And niggas wasn't really checking for it at the Grammy.
He said Playboy.
No, it was no. It debuted. It was the biggest.
But
rap
what was
debut.
it? That's
it was the biggest rap debut of last year.
But what was it?
You said what?
What debuted as the biggest rap album last year?
Playboi Carti's music. It debuted #1. It sold 300K for his week. But was it Grammy awarded? Was it Grammy nominated? No.
Did it deserve to?
Like 10K or something.
You said what?
It's got 30 songs on the fucking album.
It's got 35. But what I'm saying, but what I'm saying,
like that fucking the accomplishment because it's obviously
no,
throwing shit out there.
No. But what I'm saying is that
What are you saying?
Look at what was the most like Grammy awarded or Grammy nominated. The Clipses, the Jids, the Kendricks. That's a perfect example.
I was praying for Jid and Clips to win, but I mentioned this in another video. But it's all good.
See, and that's what I'm saying. This is a perfect example of why I say that the Grammy. Well, not even just the Grammys, but like the real like intentional like art is starting to get more of like recognition again.
Now, with that being said, you could say that started with Killer Mike though, when he swept the Grammys back in
when he won with Mike.
23.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would.
Oh, hating that nigga, boy.
I would, yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah. You sit up here and talk about Playboi Carti all fucking day.
But
as soon as somebody brings up Killer Mike, I don't know.
Yeah, Utopia should have won. I don't know about that. Utopia was so much better.
That was an intentional ass album. That album was intentional.
Did you listen to Killer Mike's album?
Yeah, I listened to that.
Did you?
Did you?
I ain't asked you if you played it.
Did you listen to it? Right.
Scientist and engineer go crazy.
Name another arm. Name another song.
Name another song.
Name another song.
Shit, I don't know.
Because you didn't listen to an album. Full of shit. Full of shit, nigga.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But to finish my point. You said what?
Was he Young Thug on that album?
Who? I think so, yeah.
Young Thug was on that album.
Yeah, Thug was on the album. Yeah,
Thug was on there.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. but that's what I'm saying. The most awarded stuff is starting to be the most recognized stuff is starting to be, you know, the more intentional music again.
But I will say this: I feel like
you put the jacket on for the video. Now you taking the jacket off.
Shit, yeah, I know I was cold, but I'm good now.
I feel like it started with Killer Mike though, but it was more.
I mean, true. Very true.
My apologies.
Nah, you good. Crazy, like it's cold, but the mess shirt, I got you. Okay. Nah, but like I said, I feel like it did start with Killer Mike, but it started getting more prominent with Kendrick though.
Okay.
Especially after the beef, because I said this before, but when Killer Mike won, I was really surprised that the Grammys gave him all of those awards. Granted, he wasn't up against much competition. And I don't give a fuck what y'all say about Travis Scott's Utopia. It was not that good. It was good, just not that good to me. Right. Anyway, as I was saying,
in his soul, he can't contain it.
But all I know,
good. I ain't got nothing to say.
But all jokes aside, like I was legit surprised that Killer Mike really won anything that wasn't like a writing credit on something. Because I was thinking, Travis Scott probably got this. Killer Mike should win, and then next thing you know, 3 Grammys. I'm like, yeah, Killer Mike of all people, because Killer
they normally don't give it. They don't give it to people like that.
Right, because Killer Mike falls in the category of your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Okay, yeah,
kind of like on the back burner, and I really
that's kind of like if Jid was to have won.
Yeah, exactly, and that's when so. like I said, because that album was way more way more intentional than Utopia. Because Utopia, after a while, did become just another collection of songs, just another playlist. I mean, I'm just saying. It was still a great. It was still. It was.
Got any thoughts about
It was still.
that?
It was still a good. I wouldn't say great. It was good, but
great.
It was good.
That was a great
album.
I don't listen to the song.
But like I said, it was Killer Mike's album was definitely had more heart behind it, and you heard it with every song.
Okay.
And if you would have listened to the album, you would know it,
okay.
and you would agree with me.
Yeah.
If you would have listened to the album,
I probably would. I'm familiar with Mike.
Shit, he ain't listen to the album.
Exactly.
You ain't listen to Utopia though.
Huh?
You ain't listen to Utopia.
And I listened to both.
I've listened to Travis Scott. I know who the better rapper is.
Of course, he's a better rapper.
Yeah,
I know Mike is a better rapper.
It really ain't even.
That's
cool.
more. That's more for you.
That's the shit I care about.
Okay.
So to me, that's my opinion based on.
Okay. Yeah.
You're saying in terms of album, and you didn't even listen to both albums.
In terms of the musical aspect of it,
And
you
you
know
didn't
how I
listen
go.
to all the music.
I'll listen to his album tonight. I'll listen to his album tonight. I will listen to his album. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll listen to his album. Hold me accountable. I'll listen to Mike's album.
We're gonna see.
For sure.
And name more than two songs too.
Make sure that you break
got
out the
notes.
the handy dandy.
Matter of fact, we're gonna review it. We're gonna review it.
Fine, yeah, we can. Fine. But yeah, no, Kendrick sweeping the Grammys, I think that's a perfect example of like how the artistry aspect, hip hop is starting to re-elevate itself in terms of like being something that's more intentional, like we said. That's a perfect example. Keem just dropped.
Yeah.
Baby Keem. So the biggest rap albums of the year, the biggest albums really, have all been rap albums by artists that we know really care about their art. Like I said, I think Kendrick almost hit like a reset button. For real.
No, I agree.
Because, I mean, Cole, that's the biggest debut of the year. Almost 300K. But, I mean, do you think that that's like an exception? Because I feel like Cole probably would have done that regardless, low-key. Regardless of what era, I think Cole was going to outsell pretty much anybody.
That's a fair thought. I don't know if I can disagree with that.
Especially because the fall off has been like so anticipated for so long.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense why it would get, what it's gotten.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's a perfect, that's one of the biggest albums of the year. And I think it speaks to your point to where it's more so to do with the fact that nobody was really dropping that's really respected in that way. Mm-hmm. I think the Lil Babies and Thugs to a degree were more respected before the formula got old. But now people are kind of tired of that. But they're kind of looking at that as that's all rap.
And you know who I think the people who will, the lesser known people who will benefit from this is Denzel Curry and Jid.
The Jids, the Denzels,
because now they were more on the back burner. Even when they were saying that there was rap fatigue, hip hop fatigue, or whatever. Yeah, they were still here selling music. They were still out here making good albums. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future, Jid with DiCaprio 1 and 2,
Forever Story,
Forever Story. Yeah.
Now so God Does Like Ugly, I listened to again in the gym. It hit even better for me.
Exactly. And then Denzel Curry with King of the Mississippi South 1 and 2. Like, they're still dropping music. It's out here. People just didn't want to look.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I never understood this argument
Freddie
when people
Gibbs.
say that rap is falling off or rap is dying. It's just like, y'all just ain't looking.
West Side Gun. Gun.
Really the whole of Griselda.
You got to think about it. There was a time where the best shit got put in front of you, though.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Where they was at the forefront. Now it's like it's the bullshit in front of you. It's like, damn, so I actually got to go digging.
And people lazy, especially nowadays. So
yeah, exactly.
There was a point where the best stuff was definitely at the top. Like there was a point where you had to be the best lyricist or the best music artist in order to gain that kind of superstardom, which is why you say the gatekeepers back in the day, they used to kind of control what was put in front of you. But with the internet, that's how you ended up with something like a Lil Pump, where the shit is trash, but because it's got virality to it, it's gonna get put in front of like actual real musicians. That's how that started, in my opinion.
Rodney said that shit with a capital P.
Right.
And that shit. You seen them Harry Potter movies? That's how that nigga said that shit just now. I was like, God damn.
But you see what I'm saying, though.
No, exactly. I agree.
I definitely do.
So I think it's like the internet kind of shifted that, because before it was like you had to actually really be like that in order to really get put in front of like the audience for real.
Yeah.
But now it's just kind of like anybody can cut on a beat and rap over it, and then they can next thing you know, they're viral, but they're not really ready for that start. And that's another thing. I think back in the day, you used to have to kind of like almost train for it.
Shit, you've seen.
Yeah.
We ain't really talk about it, but me and you be going back and forth on what is it? Georgiana, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
We like it literally feels like we literally watching her learn how to rap in real time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's literally what it is.
Who?
I'll show you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we're watching her know how to do this in real. Instead of getting here knowing how to do this.
Another person who I think can definitely benefit from this wave is Rhapsody too. Rhapsody is another one who deserves. That's why I want to do a top 10 underrated.
Rhapsody is just too under the radar.
Yeah,
Rhapsody doesn't have a buzz for real.
But I see why you say that though. But I feel like
she wouldn't really get one though. Cause think about it, what female rappers doing that?
That is true.
Yeah, exactly. I see what you mean though.
But she occupies a lane that nobody's checking for like that.
Yeah.
But neither did so did Jid and Denzel.
No, that's different.
Those are niggas though.
Ah, true. Yeah, because that's true. Because when you hear
about a female rapper that's not selling sex at all.
Yeah,
but I feel like Jid.
I see that. I see what you mean.
But I feel like Jid he came out just enough before things really shifted to still have a lane to occupy that got some kind of eyes. And then he's a Dreamville artist too, so that got him a little bit more notice. Because he kind of occupies that space Cole does.
Yeah.
So a lot of Cole fans are Jid fans. A lot of Jid fans are Cole fans.
Even Earth Gang and Boz had a little bit more attraction.
What the fuck happened to Boz?
Yeah, and that's the saddest part too, because Boz had great music too. No, Too High to Riot is great. All I know, but I see why y'all say that about Rhapsody though. It's just because even Doechii is more conscious than a average female rapper.
But she kind of embodies both lanes.
But that's what I'm saying. It is like, and Rhapsody's pure conscious. Rhapsody's music is nothing but conscious. If she talks or tries to sell sex, it's more of in an intimate sense rather than a seductive one.
So can a truly conscious rapper, like 100% conscious rapper,
that isn't Kendrick or Cole,
can they still get to the mainstream as superstars? Or are we past that? Do they have to sell bullshit in order to get to that level?
That isn't Kendrick or Cole?
That isn't Kendrick or Cole.
Are we saying overall or are we saying male or female?
Overall.
I would say it's possible. I don't think there's a formula for that because I don't think we still today don't really understand how that happened.
Yeah. Like
right now, you couldn't really say like how did Kendrick get here?
Right, because
he's never made like 100% bullshit album.
Yeah.
Like he's had some joints here and there
that weren't as, but I feel
but those are mostly like features. Though.
I think what got Kendrick in the spot though was a mixture of a lot of different things. I think it's because Kendrick came up right when there was still a little bit of that standard of you had to be a real lyricist to be put at the front. And he made music that was entertaining enough to where the masses, like the mainstream crowd, could still listen to it.
Yeah.
Which would make them want to go and listen to the rest of the actual album. I think that's why Kendrick is in the spot he's in. And Cole operated in a similar lane. I think Cole is like the missing link, like I told you. I think Cole is the missing link between Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah, he's like the best of both worlds.
I think so.
Starting off with the bullshit. Like
he was more Drake-esque when he first started, but then he became more Kendrick-esque over time, like Forest Hill Drive.
Right. I agree. Like, but there can be another superstar in hip hop, but it's probably going to be a long time before we see it.
You think Tyler the Creator is anything close to a superstar? He's a star.
He's a star for sure, but not.
He's bigger now than he's ever been in his career.
But can he get any bigger than that?
That is true. That's a good point. Yeah.
Because the thing is,
That's a very good point. Plus, he's never been conscious like that either.
Yeah, because I feel like
He's almost anti-conscious at one point.
no, he was pretty conscious for a little bit. No, maybe not then.
Tyler, the Creator, was conscious?
I thought he was for a little bit.
Tyler was never even.
That's what I meant when I say chromacopia. That's what I mean by a little bit. That little bit of with chromacopia, and maybe with Flower Boy a little bit too. But then again,
what do you define as conscious?
Talking about actual shit, like real world shit. Maybe his past and whatever.
Political stuff.
Not even just that, but just like
that's what I mean.
That's what I look at conscious as.
Oh, okay. I just say conscious in the sense that they talk about like
more personal shit.
More personal. I mean, political shit too, but personal shit. Something that actually has something to say to the masses rather than just something to put on the album.
When I think of conscious, when I think of the word conscious, I think of more like politically charged, more like a public enemy or something like.
Okay, hey, I get that.
Yeah, that's conscious for sure. Like talking about certain issues and topics and things like that. When somebody is like talking about themselves and their experience, I feel like that's more
introspective.
Yeah, that's what
I
would call that.
I feel that. I feel that.
That's introspection. I don't feel like that's conscious. It can be. It can relate to it.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Like your identity as a black person. You can kind of like tie that into your experiences, for example, and I would consider that conscious. Okay. And in that regard, Tyler, to a degree, has spoke on that, but not really. Not like a Kendrick or a Cole.
Nah. Okay, so I see what you mean by like conscious. I just meant by like he actually had something to say in his music.
Okay. Yeah.
So what would you call so he's more introspective.
Yeah.
So it's like. So, but Tyler, I feel like he's kind of like on that little, I ain't gonna say back half of his career, but he's on that trajectory where he doesn't need to really give as much effort as he
He's
probably
done everything
should.
he needed to do,
and that's why I feel like he won't make that superstar status because he's already done everything he wanted to do. He's kind of like Aaron Donald for the Rams.
Yeah,
like he's accomplished so much early in his career. 10-time Pro Bowler, like 7-time, maybe 8-time All Pro, Super Bowl champion. What? And at the age of like, he's only like what 36, if that. So it's like he's like Tyler in that regard. Like accomplished so much early in his career. At the point now where he ain't even that much older than us. Well, I mean, 10 years, but still.
Yeah.
Is old enough to be like older brothers type shit. And it's like that's why I say that. Aaron, he's kind of already a star, but he won't be that superstar that Kendrick and Cole was back in like 2015, 2016, 2017.
Or even Drake.
Or even Drake, yeah. But he definitely had the potential to.
Yeah.
I feel like if he was what he is now back in the day when like Wolf and all that stuff and Goblin and stuff had dropped, then yeah, from the Flower Boy era, if he was like that through his whole career, then he definitely would be like there would be a big 4 rather than a big 3.
I think and that's a testament to like how talented those 3 guys really were. That to come from an era like that and to be like unanimously like seen as like the face of your generation, because you had Tyler come out, you had Rocky, not to mention you had like other guys that were in there, like Q for example. Frank, you had a bunch of different stars all come out around that era, and those 3 unanimously have not only been considered to be the best back then, but for 10 years. It's not normal for rappers to have that kind of dominance for 10 plus years like that. To be the face of it.
Now, speaking of Q, as in Schoolboy Q?
Schoolboy.
So in that case, other artists who could definitely benefit from this, rappers who could benefit from this, is the rest of Black Hippie.
I think their time is way past.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Way
well, I mean,
past.
you can say that about Clips too, though, right?
But that's different, though.
No? Okay, go ahead.
Pusha T was already a big enough star. And then I think it's also the fact that it was a reunion album with Pharrell and them.
And they on the same page. Clips on the same page.
That's very true.
Oh, okay. All right.
Black Hippie, they ain't got no cohesion.
Kendrick did a fucking stadium tour. Where the fuck were these niggas at?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
he may bring them out on stage every now and then.
Maybe.
But it's not like it's not like how it was with Outkast or like with Wu-Tang or something like that.
I think it would have made more sense back then when they first all came up together. But once because Kendrick been surpassed them, if we're being real, 10 years ago. And he's only gotten bigger over time.
Truth be told, I didn't even know who Black Hippie was until like 2020. I knew Absol, Schoolboy Q, but I didn't. And J Rock,
Isaiah Rashad.
I knew them individually, but I didn't know that they were all a part of Top Dog until like 2018.
There's probably like a
And
sentiment.
2020.
There's got to be a sentiment amongst them. Like, you know, we are still brothers, but Kendrick, he probably feel like, yeah, no, y'all little niggas.
But
I hope he don't say.
He wouldn't say no shit like that.
He wouldn't say, but I think that's like that's probably would be the energy.
The kind of unspoken kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I see what y'all mean. Like they passed their prime, but I mean, I still feel like there could be somewhat of them riding the wave, maybe just a little bit.
If Q had an oxymoron type of album
today,
probably.
yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I think Crash Talk kind of like fucked up his trajectory. To be honest with you,
Crash Talk was that bad?
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Okay.
Q, I feel like if Q was gonna do it, he would have did it with like I said, Oxymoron or like Blank Face LP.
Well, yeah.
That was the biggest he was. Like Q at one point was like the second in Top Dog until when SZA came out. That was done.
So, yeah. Now Soul, unfortunately, he's never really been top of the Top Dog radar like that.
He don't drop.
No, he does. He did recently.
He just back on that.
He dropped Soul
before he started.
Yeah, no, not really. Like he was doing more features. Like the first time I ever heard Absol was on Black Panther album on Bloody Waters.
Yeah,
and he's probably one of the better rappers overall, pure technical rappers.
Oh no, they can all rap. Yeah, they can all spit. You remember even on Kendrick on Heart Part 6, who did he say his words legendary? Wishing I could rhyme like him. Study his style to defy my pen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so Absol is definitely like, I think other than Kendrick, he's probably the best pure technical rapper, all black hippie, and he's better than a lot of mainstream rappers to this day. I'd say pure skill wise, he's probably there with a little bit of Cole.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, to DJ's point, that's why I agree that, I think there's more to this becoming a superstar than we'll ever really be able to quantify or whatever you want to say.
Yeah,
because it's just a mixture of so many different things. It's like, I think the look also plays more of a role than people think.
But even like I said, I didn't say this, but even Absol kind of has a look about him too, with the shades and then all the hair and stuff like that.
It's the story.
It's an Easy E type shit.
It's their story. Yeah, I agree with that. It's their story. It's their talent. It's their showmanship. It's a bunch of stuff that we just can't we can't say why J. Cole is a star over Absol. J. Cole is just J. Cole. And it worked out for him.
Yeah. You could say Absol's music is kind of boring though.
And I think also the three of them were able.
It's not boring to me, but I can see why the masses would consider it.
People say J. Cole's music is boring. People say that about Cole all the time. But them three, I think what made them what they are is that they were able to make a hit whenever they needed to.
Yeah. And Soul and
they had that
Q was able to do that though.
They had that versatility, and I think that's why they were able to balance it out. Which is why I think that those guys are what they are, their versatility, their talent showed. They could go from making this conscious record like Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst to something like Mad City. But Mad City is still conscious when you really listen to what he's saying, though.
Yeah.
Well, introspective.
I think Kendrick is just the best pure songwriter in the history of the genre, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's the best MC ever, to be honest.
Yeah.
In terms of being able to talk about anything, being able to tackle any subject, I just don't think there's anybody on that level,
right?
In my opinion.
But that's why, even with a conversation like this, sorry to sidetrack, but that's why I want to do a top 10 underrated, our favorite top 10 underrated rappers list.
Yeah.
I want to do that so bad, bro. Because I have my list ready in the talk for a minute.
Oh no, for sure. We'll get
to it. But anyway, I agree.
But back to the whole rap fatigue conversation. Drake is slated to drop Iceman.
Yeah, well,
his long anticipated album.
That's gonna melt in the first 2 days.
I ask you, is the numbers gonna be reflective as a sign of rap fatigue? Do you think Drake is just gonna just chart because it's Drake?
Yeah.
And it's just for the fact that it's just another Drake album, or do you think he's gonna have something to say? You think he's gonna have something to say?
That's what happened.
No, I'm talking about like introspective. Like, do you think he's gonna have something to say? Do you think he's coming from a different subject than before to really kind of switch?
I'm a nigga
up?
from Canada.
Like a different subject than all the other almost 20 years we didn't been hearing of this nigga.
But
what the fuck?
But I'm saying, do you think that he's like really going back to like really like holding his own artistry to a standard after what happened? That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be real. I think that whole album's gonna be composed of not cold disses. Probably cold disses. Kendrick.
He might
disses.
talk out of his neck when it comes.
He's going. He definitely is. He's been talking about out of his neck for the past 10 years.
He's been talking out of his neck for the past 2 years. Ever since he lost, that's been the worst of it.
But him talking out of his neck is what got him to this point, because he couldn't never shut the fuck up.
That's true.
Yeah, like you'd always.
This just wasn't real to me. It's like, did you do that for the people, or is that just like what? Like
he was talking
out
of
real.
He was really talking out of his neck.
What it was?
Oh, for sure.
He was talking.
I'll show you better than I can say. He showed it.
Yeah, definitely. He was talking out of his neck. I'd say since the Control verse.
Of course he was.
Yeah, so it's like Drake gonna be Drake. I think he's gonna make numbers just based off his name alone.
But yeah,
because people gonna want to, especially now, because people gonna want to hear what he has to say.
Can you make that same argument for J. Cole though? That his name alone is what got him to them numbers.
Well, it's different. I say yeah, but it's in like different ways.
Okay, I think I know what you mean.
Okay, in that case, Drake is gonna do albums off of his name because people want to hear what he wants to say, what he has to say about Kendrick since the beef.
Okay.
Even about the whole like UMG thing, you know what I'm saying? And then people want to hear Cole because people want to hear Cole. People generally fuck with Cole. Maybe not DJ, but people generally fuck with Cole. People want to hear.
What that supposed to mean?
You the one, hey, bro. You the one that said it was a stand on his legacy since he bowed out of that fight.
It was, but that don't mean I didn't listen to the album.
So DJ didn't fuck with him anyway.
So what I'm saying.
False accusation.
No. But what I'm saying is that. Steve? The difference is, do you think that people are going to listen to Drake because of what he has to say in general?
No.
Or do you think
just because of that?
So you're saying that aside from that, his name alone is the only reason he would still be doing them numbers?
Correct.
Yes.
But would you say that of Cole though?
No.
I think Cole is kind of like his reputation as a top tier lyricist is still
yeah. No, that's still definitely intact. And that's why I said people want to listen to J. Cole because people want to hear what he has to say regardless.
So
we know what to expect.
About Kendrick Lamar?
Yes.
But would you also say that
especially now
because of the beef? People want to hear what he has to say about the beef.
Part of
a
it.
certain section of fans, in my opinion.
But the skill is still there.
The skill's still there. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say about Cole too.
Okay, yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right because the difference is that the skill set is still top notch with the other two. The other nigga, he's just, I don't know, he's just.
Other nigga is crazy.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's just gonna say some random bullshit about the beef.
He's gonna try to go viral with some TikTok like ass music.
Yeah, that's like Nokia. That's exactly what Nokia was. I love Nokia.
Nokia was a good song though.
No, it was a great song, but it's still a TikTok ass song.
Yeah, that's true. But Kendrick had TikTok ass songs. You could argue,
but those songs were still great.
They were organically, they became viral on TikTok, but the music was still.
Everybody was listening to GNX.
Squabble Up was going crazy when
Squabble Up, TV Off, Luther. Before people were doing TikTok dances to the snippet.
Yeah, that's facts.
My nigga.
Snippet was going full. I ain't gonna hold you, but do you think that Drake, with Iceman, do you think that factors into this rap fatigue conversation at all in any way, shape, or form?
It will with me personally, but in general, no.
So you think he's of no this album is of no consequence and doesn't reflect
absolutely.
It doesn't reflect the state of hip hop in terms of like the mainstream. So you saying it doesn't reflect? It has no consequence in the state of hip hop at all. Reflective like in the numbers. So Drake is just an anomaly in this conversation.
Probably around there. He's not an anomaly.
Okay,
but he's not an anomaly. Yeah,
he's a nuisance.
I would describe him. Yeah,
a nuisance,
an annoyance, a nuisance.
He's just kind of that. He's Roger from Sister Sister, essentially.
Okay.
Like, go home, Roger. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Well, that nigga group would be kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, the same. See how. Exactly.
Trying to tell you.
Hey, but speaking of the big three,
Who's calling my phone? Not Roger, so it's
relating to J. Cole. Cole had over 200,000 people in the queue just to buy the tickets alone.
Yeah.
It's, I mean,
he's pulling a Jay-Z, you know.
Last
tour, last show.
I said that day. Hopefully the ticket price as humble as J. Cole is. Shit. How much was the tickets? The floor seats before?
Up there on
the rafters,
on the rafters,
on the roof.
Shit, I'm about to be damn near able to touch the jersey. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm here to rent the jersey.
Some opera binoculars.
No, thanks.
It'd
be like in that. What was that? Was that Dead Man's Chest? No, matter of fact, that was at World's End when Johnny had that. That's what we about to be on.
And had that telescope leaning.
Hell yeah.
Who on stage right now?
Hell yeah.
Is that Tim?
Nah, for real. We be telling if it's Tim.
Yeah, I had to stop myself.
Be like, have the binoculars be like,
You would know. Binoculars, no binoculars. You gonna know.
Nah, for real. For real.
Man.
But but with that being said, though, do you think that that's an example? Do you think, because the thing about that is like with Cole is like, does Cole factor in? Because I mean, he's a superstar anyways, regardless of like whether rap is like on the chart. Like Cole is Cole.
Cole is Cole. Yeah, Kendrick is Kendrick. Drake is
there.
Right.
But back to the whole thing with Rocky and Don Toliver. I think that, and probably Keem, I think that that's an example of like why hip hop is still here to stay, because them guys, that's Don Toliver's first #1 album. That's his first ever.
And I'm gonna be honest.
First week.
I'll listen to it again, but with that being said, I thought this was Don Toliver's worst album.
Okay.
Personally.
But that still shows that he still has an audience.
But yeah, exactly. No, and it was still good. I thought it was okay, but I thought it was his worst album, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm like Don Toliver, especially charting like that, because Don Toliver has never really been
a superstar or a big name. Like he's always been consistent.
Would you say?
What? Did you just participation trophy this nigga?
He's always showing up.
With that being said, I was about to say, has he ever really escaped Travis's shadow like that?
I don't want to say fully.
Yeah. Even I'm a huge fan of Don Toliver, but I'd even say that too.
He's the closest. He's the closest. He's the closest
I'm
to getting.
I'm gonna say this: if DJ listen to him, that's how you know.
Yeah,
more or less.
Body got me. I ain't gonna hold you. The second, yeah. He had sampled that Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, because I feel like Don Toliver has enough of his own fan base, but I really think that it's still mostly an overlap with Trav.
Yeah, I hate to say it because I'm a huge Don Toliver fan as well.
But I don't think he's ever gonna quite escape Travis's shadow, because I think that he's looked at as like the alternative, like
if Travis ain't dropping
music, is like you got that Don.
That's crazy. And we got
you the one who said that, bro. Hey, that's you. You can say that all you want.
We got McDonald's at the house, ass nigga. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's not the energy we trying to.
That's how you made it sound.
But Don, I feel like Don.
That's how you made it sound, nigga.
People like.
We having an educated conversation.
People like Don.
This ain't angry translations, nigga.
Don Toliver is somebody people like. People do like him. He's talented, but he's never been able to really kind of break through to that ceiling as a superstar standing in his own right. You know how like
I agree.
Jid, in my opinion, is not in Cole's shadow. In my opinion, I think Jid stands on his own for the most part.
Yeah, now
people want a Jid and Cole song, but we're not listening to a Jid album just so we could get a J. Cole feature and vice versa.
That's true.
That's the difference.
That's very true. Like
if Jid's got an album coming out, I'm excited for it because it's Jid, one of my other favorite rappers.
Now, when it comes to Don Toliver, me personally, I'm not listening really for a Travis album. Travis feature. Yeah, me neither. I think his music is great by itself. He has his own unique style. His like the falsetto and the high pitched stuff that he does. I think that's personally great. But I do agree with you that if Don Toliver is charting like that, it is kind of because I hate to agree with DJ too. It is kind of because Travis does have a little bit more overlap, like you said. But I'm glad he's charting at all, personally. And that goes to show you that there's ain't really no hip hop fatigue. Ain't nobody was really dropping like that.
Yeah.
Once Rocky dropped, would you say that is off his name too, Rocky?
Yeah.
Like Cole and Kendrick?
Yeah, I think so. I think because people have been waiting on this album for so long too, and people have been wanting to hear what he has to say as far as like the Rihanna and everything too, because so much of his life has changed since the last time he dropped the album,
right?
And the anticipation of it overall, and it was also a great project, so he was rewarded on that stat too.
Yeah, okay.
So quality, I think
just
quality
just
wasn't dropping. Like real quality wasn't really there for real.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
We had quality, but it's like we said, nobody wanted to really dig like that.
Jid's album was like 13th on the Billboard. Like I think it debuted 13th. It should debut number 1.
Who?
Jid.
Yeah.
Jid should debut number 1.
I think so too.
But people always say Jid is up next though to kind of take that mantle. But Jid don't seem like he's really interested in making that kind of music that made Cole a superstar in part.
Yeah.
They have the same kind of style, but I think the difference is that Cole was more mainstream friendly when he needed to be. I've never really heard much Jid mainstream type music, except for that song "Skate" off the new album.
Yeah, "Skate" and Surround Sound.
But I don't.
But even
feel
then,
even then, was really a mainstream like intended song. I think it just went viral off of TikTok. It was organic.
Yeah, I agree.
But Jid as an artist, Jid's not making no hits. Not trying to. He's not chasing no hits.
Yeah,
he's capable of it if he wants.
He's kind of like Cole in that regard, though. He's doing it because he loves it.
Yeah, exactly. The passion is there.
That's how it should be, though.
Yeah, that's exactly how it should be.
He's one of them artists that I'm more surprised. I would be more surprised to see Jid on a mainstream kind of sounding song than to hear him like go bar for bar with somebody like Griselda or West Side Gun or something like that. Jid is more in that lane of like that pure hip hop. Not too much on the commercial end of it, for real. That's why I don't really see Jid on too many mainstream rap albums like that.
I'm gonna be real. I'm kind of glad.
He kind of stayed pure with the art.
I'm glad because I don't want Jid to kind of follow the rabbit, so to speak. You know.
Yeah.
So because I've always liked Jid's, perspective about a lot of things. I've always liked that he's always stayed true to himself and organic.
That he's conscious.
And you can I'll put it like this: he's very conscious to the point where he'll say saltine over and over again in all of his albums.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's very outspoken.
Yeah.
Even in interviews, he is.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's like, that's the Jid that we like to see. That's the Jid that we want to hear on albums.
That's what made him who he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I agree. And then another point as to why I think rap fatigue ain't really a thing. YoungBoy, sold 70 million. He's moving people to the seats in an era where most of the time a tour or a concert doesn't seem like it's either worth it or it's not really an event like it used to be. Because say what you will about YB.
I will.
YB's tour was going crazy. Every time you open up Insta, there was some kind of like new viral clip from it.
Oh, just add some motherfuckers there.
Yeah, no, YB, this shit killed me. He threw his jacket into the audience. There was a clip of a bunch of people fighting, a grown man playing tug of war over this nigga's jacket. And all with a smile on their faces, they did it too. Nah, for real. It's crazy, I know.
Very.
It's crazy.
It's like Michael Jackson or something. I don't understand.
No, but that speaks to what YB has really kind of done.
Michael Jackson. Niggas out here passing out.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson
as soon as he turned his head.
Michael Jackson got on that stage, stood there. Motherfuckers falling out.
Yep, that's true.
I feel like I'll be that one nigga in the audience and be like, y'all all right?
But I bring
in pockets.
That's how I be in church. I was like,
y'all good?
Y'all straight, homie?
No, but I say this to say, do you think YB is like an example of somebody that's kind of like carrying like hip hop, like keeping hip hop afloat in the mainstream?
Mainstream. Yeah.
I don't listen, bro.
I feel YB almost kind of doesn't factor into like. I feel like there are people who's like, I listen to YB, but don't really listen to rap for real.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
They only listen to YoungBoy, but they don't really care much about hip hop. Because I feel like YB is like a cult, like his fan base is like a cult of personality, damn near.
Oh, definitely. YB's fan base. I feel like is in that same fan base, same.
Cardi.
Yeah, it's kind of like Cardi, but what did that one streamer say about hip hop not liking lyricism or whatever? The white dude.
XQC.
XQC. Yeah, that's a lot of Cardi and YB fans, other than Rodney.
Whereas, like, they don't care about the artistry or, like, the purity of the genre.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They don't want to hear.
They care about the culture for real.
Yeah, they don't want to hear lyricism and nothing like that. They just want to. They just want vibes and stuff like that, and think that lyricism shouldn't be a part of hip hop.
Yeah,
like XQC said. I don't even. Okay, I might be misquoting him, so forgive me.
No, you hit it on the head. That's exactly what this nigga said. But with that being said, YB, YB, like what he was doing. What he was doing kind of like shows that hip hop, there's no fatigue because it was an event.
Yeah.
Like that concert was like an event. Like if you went, that's one of the very few concerts, especially rap recently, where it's like if it came through your city, it's kind of like you had to pull up.
Yeah,
that was like something you were missing out on for real.
Now, with rap and hip hop reemerging the way that it is, do y'all think that other stables like Rolling Loud and especially Rolling Loud and Double XL could come back to fruition like it was back in like 2011 through like the late 2010s?
I could see Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
Not Double XL.
No.
Why they don't be picking shit like the classes be garbage.
Yeah.
I heard about Doechii.
The last great class was 19 in my opinion.
Who was on there?
The Baby was on there.
Yeah. Okay. I say the last one wasn't like. Really, when Jid was on there,
that was like 2018, wasn't it?
Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. I didn't know if I got keep getting them confused. I didn't know if Jid and them was like 20.
Jid was like 18.
18,
like that.
18 was Ski Mask.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I say those last two definitely. But ever since then, I heard of Doechii from Double XL. But to be honest, after seeing that whole Double XL like cipher. And all the ciphers and then all the freestyles, I kind of wrote her off because her freestyle wasn't that good, and neither was her cipher. And I just kind of wrote her off, like she wouldn't like. I don't know if she's gonna be like. I won't say if she wouldn't be nothing, but I thought she was just gonna be kind of fade on the back burner a little bit. That's why I didn't remember her album name.
God forbid a motherfucker have a bad day. God,
nah, for real.
Said, well, that's enough of you.
You're fired.
Like I had never heard of Scarlett until the other day. Like the whack ass name. But all I know is
you got a Scarlett lip, nigga. What you want to do?
I don't know.
I guess she named her some shit.
It was always weird seeing her picture. I'm like,
that's how she look.
Like type shit.
But
anyway,
back to your question. The funny thing is, I was watching a video about Rolling Loud the other day. And a lot of controversy kind of struck with that lineup because it was like none of the mainstream, like the guys we're used to seeing. And you know, Tariq or whatever his name, like the one of the two founders of Rolling Loud, he basically said that the reason that they did what they did was to kind of like take it back to its roots and kind of get it back to that whole idea of like this underground wave and the underground like artists, giving them a platform. Because he had a good point when he said that 21 Savage is a headliner now, so it's too expensive to like get those same guys from before. Because 21 himself could be a headliner for one night, as opposed to being billed underneath somebody. So basically, rapper ego got in the way. So they're kind of taking it back to, they're kind of taking it back to a point to where it's like it's an underground thing because. You know, a lot of these guys kind of came up through like that Rolling Loud circuit and they were kind of like, you know, grown and sort of like cultivated to eventually get to superstar status. And now that some of them are superstars, they're too expensive to afford, you know? Like, it's kind of hard to have a 21 Savage to ask him to be billed under somebody like Playboy Cardi. Shit, I've been around just as long as Cardi.
Yeah, he needs to be a headliner in order to get any value from him. I get that.
Exactly. So it's
in that regard.
So it's kind of almost like a reset, like kind of like it's a reset in the mainstream. I don't think it's a rap fatigue. I think it's a rap like renaissance / like revisionist.
Yeah, I agree.
Revision.
With that.
Like it's kind of like it's a reset. That's what I think. I think hip hop is kind of like reforming and reshaping its identity for the mainstream charts, in my opinion.
And I'm glad that's happening. To be honest,
it's kind of like
I'm very glad that's happening.
It's kind of like when the MCU lost the main Avengers cast, and now it's kind of like reshaping to see who's going to be the next guys of the next generation.
I'll put it like, nah. Would the DCEU being the DCU now be another good example?
Maybe
because the DCEU was never really that.
It wasn't that exalted.
It was all mixed up and shit.
Yeah, so MCU is definitely no. I agree with your MCU analogy.
Yeah,
and yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Yeah. Like these past couple of years, when there was a rap fatigue, there was a kind of a superhero fatigue too.
Yeah.
There was a superhero fatigue, and then you had shows like Invincible, and then The Boys come out, which I would ease them back into it exactly.
Yes.
And then
go ahead.
And then I would equate them to the Denzel Currys and the Jids of the world of the superhero show community, and that eased people back into actual like superhero stuff again. You know, so it's like the MCU being the main hip hop being the main source of that fatigue.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's
a great analogy.
There's always going to be something like I just think this wave in particular that was dominating for the last decade or so, I think that's just kind of on the decline. It's kind of on the out. But I think that the true like artors and the true people who really like do this for the passion, those are going to be the people that are always going to have staying power and relevance and respect.
And they always have.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. For how much stuff that's kind of bullshit, quote unquote, that's got to the mainstream, who were the guys that were always still the most respected and at the top of the genre? That sold the most. It's always been Kendrick and Cole.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many people have come since, and Drake,
and
whether you want to say,
reluctantly,
it's always been the guys who they felt most reflect what this art form is. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if we're going to ever have people that are as big as those guys in terms of just massive reach and superstardom, but there's always going to be somebody at the top of the genre that's going to have that respect. More than people who are just doing it for a check.
Right.
And I think they're just here for a check rappers, they're kind of done.
To be honest, I don't really care about having a whole nother superstar. I just rather the people that deserve that their names be at the top of the boards, top of the charts. I'd rather it be a lot more of those type of people rather than just 1, 2, or 3.
Okay.
Personally, I would love to see another superstar, and that if they emerge, that's great. But I want to see I keep saying them, but JID and Denzel Currys of the world and of the rap game and Doechii and God forbid, I'm tripping. God allow a Rhapsody to come through. Like I really don't care about having one superstar. I just want the people that deserve their numbers to get them. I want people that deserve their fame to get them.
So you basically want the chart toppers to be like, you want that to basically be like earned, essentially.
Exactly.
You don't want mediocrity to be rewarded.
Exactly. It's like having integrity.
Okay, I got you.
I don't want to, I don't want like people who had to bullshit their way to the top to be the ones at the top. I want
the ones that's representative of the genre, essentially.
Exactly, because as soon as, and I'm not trying to say this about people's approval or validation, but still at the end of they're going to be looked at as the standard when there's so many other people out here that are actually doing the right thing, i.e., you know what? I'm not even going to say it. It's fine. I'll tell y'all after the video's over. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on that, honestly.
Yeah, same here.
That's it.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Well, with that being said, man, I've been Jay.
I've been Rodney.
I've been Chili Bear.
We're LATD. More videos coming soon. Thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. God bless. Have a great night. Peace.